All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the true power with General Sarah Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepted members to not only the Sarah Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page, two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube giving you nothing but Black Power, Black Divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. That's right. I want you to become a member. The link for the memberships right down in the video description is in the chat. All you had to do is just click it. You get a video introduction rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarah Seti General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new website on Teachable, uploading a lot of dynamic curriculums, powerhouse programs, certificate courses. I want you to check it out, brothers. It's just for you. Structure, guidance. This is what you need. Get over there. Check out the curriculum. Also included the Brotherhood of Heru Roundtable live stream once a week where the brothers sit down, discuss very important information pertinent to their growth and development. Check it out, family. It's just for you. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarah Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. I know you're going to like it and love it. Check out that catalog. Get you something nice. Shop and save. Save and shop. Pull the fire alarm, GeneralSeti.com. Seti University, over 2,500 videos, 40 different subjects, all the subjects that you know and love from the general, Olmec, Egypt, Christianity, Judaism, Islam. We talking about from Naga to nigga. We talking about the black woman is God, the making of the white man, and so many, many more classic subjects. Not another website, nowhere that can compare, compete. Become a member today. Everybody knows Seti popping on Patreon, and like I said, I got some fire bombs over there right now. We talking about, are there hillbilly cannibals hiding in the Appalachian Mountains? Man, I got some video for that. That actually is going down tomorrow, but it's already some fire up there that I just put up there a couple of days ago. This one going down tomorrow. I can't wait to do it. Also, man, got this fire right here. We talking about, let me get it up here. The sacred zoo types of ancient Egypt and the Ta-Netaru land of the gods and goddesses, going into this deep spiritual science of the zoo spiritual animal zoo types that clearly lead to the DNA history of our people, the spiritual DNA. And man, when I break this down, you'll never be the same. So make sure you get over there and check it out. To all the family out there donated to the general, you know I appreciate you. You know I thank you. And those that would like to donate to the hardworking general, link right there on the screen in the chat video description. Click it. You hear me? Click it. Donate. Appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels. King Seti, General Seti, Sarah Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Matter of fact, let's get busy. I actually got the wrong background up there. Let me get it up there. I'm thinking to myself like, what's happening here? Yeah, I got the wrong background up here. Let me get that up there. Okay, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Now, we got some, I had to come back because a lot of people is in dismay. They in dismay because they can't believe that this population eradication is real. I don't know where y'all been at, all through the pandemic. I was really watching a lot of, underground material. You see what I'm saying? That you can't, you got to be careful on the tube, period. Because you come up here, and you say keywords and that triggers them to shut your shit down. You see what I'm saying? So you have to, you be very careful about certain information. And the fact that a lot of, you know, information was suppressed is a clear indicator that they hiding something. Because all information should be able, you bring it to the table. If it's not true, then the people approve it to be fact or fiction. That's just all it is. So nobody should be scared of information one way or another. I mean, if that was the case, goddamn it, damn near 80% of YouTube should be taken down because none of it can be validated. A lot of it cannot be validated. A lot of it is mythology. And so if just a mere suggestion that something is not true without first bringing forth the facts on why it's not true, then you should be very concerned about that because that's suppression of information. Now, I just happened to be, scrolling YouTube and I saw this. Now, it's one thing. Now, in wherever you hear it at, that don't mean that it's 100% true. But most definitely it need to be looked into. Why? Because number one, it's clear there's a lot of groups out there that openly discuss, depopulating the planet. And like I said, the guy over there, and they put his name in there. I think it was Schwab. Carl Schwab, I believe that's what's his name. Carl. Yeah, Schwab. Yeah. Executive chairman of the World Economic Forum. You see, executive chairman of the World Economic Forum. And damn near all leaders in the world go to that forum to hear and discuss information with this man. And he's also, and you have to look him up. I should have had him in here, and I'll bring him. And he bragged about how many leaders in the world went through his junior or his junior economic club, including Putin, Xi Jinping, Emmanuel Macron. He said the guy that was just over there in Canada, saying half of the Canadian administration government went through his economic forum, the junior core of the economic forum. So they came up in that, you see. And so when somebody brags like that, and the one thing, and his underling, his wicked underling, Noah Harari, you can go right up there and look on it where they talk about that the world is too many people on the planet. You see what I'm saying? And that they should work to shrink the population. You see that they should shrink because somehow, so many people, they destroying the world, putting more carbon in the air, pollution and all of this. And so that they should shrink the government. And also they very key on Big Brother. You feel me? This where's, I forget the name of it. It's based on, how you conform to, they rules. If you break rules, then you know what I'm saying? You're not allowed to lead a country. You're not allowed to drive. You're not allowed to go to sporting events and shit and this, that, and the third. So they got this, where they, they really restricting how people move on the planet. You feel what I'm saying? And so this guy, Carl Schwab, and Noah Harari said that China was the model, credit score, social credit score. Thank you. Y'all, D Grill put it in there too. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Behavior credit, all of that is same. Yep. That's what they talking about. And Carl Schwab and Noah Harari said, that China was the model nation for what they was trying to put down. And so, with the one child policy, you see, along with the pandemic. Now, if y'all remember, I was putting up long time ago nations. Now, this shit was like, we talking about maybe, 8 years ago when I started using this chart showing, the nations that were in a negative birth rate and showing what nations were what average age each nation would be in, moving up 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. And so they talking about, man, 2030, that a vast majority of the European nations are going to be close to damn near 50 years old, including China, including Japan. They say Japan, if they don't turn around whatever programs they got going on, or whatever mental delusion, which that's on them, that they're going to go extinct. So it clearly stated that China, right around that same time, right around 2030, the average age in China would be damn near 50 years old. Okay, so now you got a population that's very old. You understand? And you're at a negative birth rate. All of them nations. Korea, that's right. Yeah. That's right. Cashless society. That's right, Ray. That's exactly right. They can control everything. You can't even make a move. They can see every move you make. With cash, you can make under the radar moves. You feel what I'm saying? And so, with that being said, when the pandemic came, and for whatever reason it came, you know what I'm saying? That was already devastating to an already aged population. So people are coming out now, and this is coming from their own people now. Now I'm about to put this Chinese woman up, and what she's saying, that she, the last time I did the video on this subject, a lot of people were saying, oh, that was fake and this, that. So she said she was hearing a lot of that on the internet. And so she responded to it. And so I'm going to put this up here so you can hear for yourself what her response is.
China's population in several programs, and Consistent said that it's absolutely not the official 1.4 billion, and it's no more than 100 million. And also, I don't want to come across as sensational by making unsubstantiated.
Damn, she said, man, did you hear what she said? She said it could be even a goddamn. Damn, what is they must have inflated them numbers from the very fucking beginning. You feel what I'm saying? She's saying, this is a Chinese woman. Now, if it ain't like we made it up. You see what I'm saying? And once you hear some of their own say something, then you have to take that into consideration.
Claims. That said, a number of viewers have written to me, sharing their thoughts and information on the matter. I decide to finally confront the question head on. China's real population is not anywhere near 800 million either. It's somewhere between 300 and 400 million.
You hear that?
Yes, you heard that right.
She's saying that the true population of China is between 300 and 400 million. Now, why am I saying this? Because number one, it clearly shows you that these governments are inflating numbers. negating numbers and inflating numbers. That's key, just like they doing with our people. You feel what I'm saying? I believe our people's is far larger than what a lot of people want to say. But you don't want to give that type of strength in numbers. You don't want to give that kind of knowledge to the people, because if they see how strong in numbers that they really are, then it may encourage them, you know what I'm saying, that they got a stronger hand than what previously been, said to them, and so that could boost, their morale in that sense. So you have to understand that they play with the numbers. And I told you all the time, if you let another nigga count your pockets, you gonna always come up short. And that's the reality of it.
Right, China's actual population may be only a fraction of the official 1.4 billion. I believe we need a two-step approach to estimate China's real population. First, we must rectify China's real population before the pandemic. And then we must determine China's real death toll during COVID. So first things first, what is China's population before the pandemic? In 2018, the Russians estimated that China's actual population may be between 500 million and 800 million. A Russian expert noted that China's population in 1945, during the nationalist rule, was 490 million. After the Communist Party implemented the Great Leap Forward, which resulted in the Great Famine and the subsequent Cultural Revolution, causing countless deaths and injuries, followed by decades of the one-child policy, it's impossible that China's population surged to 1.4 billion. Other Russian experts added up the publicly available urban population of every Chinese city and county and got only 280 million people. And based on the traditional urban-rural population,
they saying the Russians only got 280 million. I'm gonna do this research, man, because it make me think. Well, why? You think if a motherfucker got 1,400,000,000 people, you understand what I'm saying? Just think of the fucking army you could put together. Just think of the army you could put together. I mean, with that kind of people, you can easily put a 10 million man army on the ground. Easily. You can easily put a 10 million. I mean, that's a fraction of the population. 10 million. You see what I'm saying? Because, I mean, you talking about, 1,000 millions go into a billion. You feel what I'm saying? 1,000 millions go into a billion. So, I mean, damn, 10 out of 1,000, 10 million out of 1,000 million, that ain't shit. You see what I'm saying? So you can easily put a 10 million man army on the ground. Easily. Why haven't they tried to move on Taiwan? It would be totally impossible for a motherfucker to think about. You would have to fight China with nuclear weapons. That would be the only fucking way you could win. On the ground, you ain't got nothing coming. Unless they so sorry and they so sorry and fighting that you can easily wipe them out. But with a 10 million man army, so the question is, why have they allowed the United States to build up on their front door like that, man? They literally got them trapped in. You feel what I'm saying? Why have they done that? And I can't see nobody having that many people with the technology that they claim to have. You literally number two. You literally number two, unless just like Russia, you've been inflating your capabilities. You've been inflating, your numbers. And the reality is you scared to really go to war because you don't have the capabilities. I just got to take that. I just got to take that into consideration. Because ain't no motherfucker with a 10 million, ain't nobody gonna fight. United States barely got a 1 million man army. They got 1 million, and so maybe 1.5 million, but a lot of that is clerical. You got to have clerical in there and other say fighting, non-troops, non-military going to, hitting the battlefield soldiers. So you got some clerical in there, and you know what I'm saying? So you probably got 1,000,000 troops barely. You probably got if that. And so if a motherfucker had 10-1, you could give up on that. You can give up on that, especially with the goddamn technology that they claim China got. It's just no win. You know what I'm saying? I don't see nobody whooping no goddamn nation with that type of army, with that type of capability. You feel what I'm saying?
Ratio of 1 to 1, they estimated China's actual population being around 560 million. Even considering China's unique circumstances, they say that the population should not exceed 800 million. So, and then Japanese scholars have done research based on China's table salt consumption, arable land, and international grain purchases, and concluded that China's real population was between 800 and 900 million. In my December 14th, 2024 program, which was cut based on my October 8th live stream, I showed you China's real population before the pandemic was between 695 million to 890 million.
So she's saying that even before the pandemic, it was right around 800 to 600 million, even before the pandemic.
My logic was straightforward. It is that, 35 years ago, China and India's population was only 270 million people apart. In 1990, India had 870 million people, while China had a population of 1.1 billion. In the next 30 years, India's fertility rate averaged 3. That means every woman on average gives birth or gave birth during that 30 years to 3 children, while China's official fertility rate was only half of India's at 1.7. Therefore, mathematically, it's impossible that India, a much younger country with double the fertility, still has a smaller population than China does in a span of 30 years. So using AI and official CCP fertility rate, I came up with 890 million Chinese population for the year 2020. However, if I use Dr. Yi Fuxian, a renowned expert on Chinese demographics, if I used his fertility rates, China's population in 2020 before the pandemic was only 695 million.
Damn. You know what? We got to do some research on this shit. Because this is critical, man. It's showing you how these governments is playing. And really, we had to see, how many people actually left here. And so they was already weak. And so with the goddamn pandemic, you know what I'm saying? They weak. We know they weak. I know they weak. They ain't ready to get down at all. You right. Japan used to whoop on China. You understand what I'm saying? Like they were, the little snotty boy on the corner that they used to bully and shit. That used to be the Chinese. You see what I'm saying? They had the French had a piece. The Russian had a piece. They had chopped China up. You know what I'm saying? So, they did come from up under, the colonialism that, the Europeans and Japan had put on them. But yet it's still, they not what they claim to be. And this is a very important goddamn subject because you're going to see even in Europe, them numbers over there. When you look at them Nordic countries, man, when you see that some of them countries over there only got 5 million people, 6 million people, I don't even see how they can goddamn secure the land. I don't even see how they can secure the goddamn borders. See, countries like that, everybody got to be in, got to serve some form of military time in order for them motherfuckers to really secure their country. This is another I'm coming back on this because I don't want to put too much of the woman's information in one video. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back again tomorrow with a part 3, and I'm going to do some extra research on this because this is critical. This is critical. And if if the countries know this and shit and this, that, and the third, China, Russia, man, them motherfuckers is on a serious decline. United States too. You understand what I'm saying? If it ain't for us, we have to understand we can't go down with the ship. When you see that motherfuckers is fighting for their survival, that don't mean it's your survival. So you better wake up and you better count your own numbers and you better start doing some global research, local, city. When they tell you that, that means on each level you need to know what the fuck going on. Don't skip shit. Your neighborhood, your block, your neighborhood, community, your city, the county, the state, and goddamn the region and the regional of the country. You know, your Midwest. You need to know all. Then national and global. You need to know all them. Don't skip no motherfucking level, because wherever you skip, it's like the chakras. You see what I'm saying? You got all these chakras, and it got to flow freely through all the chakras in order for you to ascend to that God level. You see what I'm saying? So if you block any level, you're not going to sin. And I want you to continue to evolve on this level. This is that geography, military geography that General said he always been teaching, will always teach, because I want my people to be a global people and not just a globe. Then you got to take it to the cosmos. You understand? That's got to be your basis. And so understanding that got to be your basis. The first connection is to the cosmos. Is that right? All right, family. I want y'all to hit that subscribe button. Don't get off of here without hitting that subscribe button. Hit the like button so we can share this because ain't nobody talking about. They talking about these weak ass rapper niggas. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody's talking about this but the general. But anyway, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I got some some links over there in the chat. Patreon, we got that fire tomorrow. We already got about 3-4 of them up there that's blazing. Go get that work, family. I'll be right black. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black Pop.